What is up guys, it's Trims here, bringing us another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the mistakes I made while building my first PC, along with just overall tips to help you guys build your first PC. So yeah, if you guys want more videos like this, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/trimsfv. But yeah, other than that, let's get started. The first mistake I made while building my first PC was using the wrong screws for the motherboard. I used the screws that were meant for the hard drive. When it came to installing the hard drive, I couldn't find the screws, and I spent like 20 minutes trying to find the screws, searching like boxes and stuff. But then when I realized what I did, I had to like take out all the screws from the motherboard and then just replace them with the actual screws that were meant for the motherboard. It was just like a long, unnecessary part of like my build. Like I literally spent 20 minutes just like figuring out where the screws are and like just panicking and stuff. So yeah, if you're gonna build your first PC, just know like where every single screw is supposed to go in. Check manuals and stuff and like double check like where every single screw is supposed to go. My second mistake isn't like that big. So basically, when I was installing my graphics card, I took out the second, third, and fourth slots of like the back of the case. And for like the 3070 at least, you don't need the fourth slot. Just take out the second and third slot and you should be fine. So yeah, when installing the graphics card to your case, just make sure like which slots you need for the graphics card. I know there's some cases where if you take out like the slots, you can't put them back in. It's just like you just chip them off or whatever. So yeah, you don't want to mess up with those cases. But yeah, other than that, the second and third slot should be fine. Alright, so for my third mistake, it's not really a mistake. Basically, after I got done with like installing Windows and doing all that for like the computer, I basically moved the computer from like one location of my desk to another. And then like when I plugged in everything, the computer just didn't work. Like the computer turned on, but something was off. And essentially I had to troubleshoot the PC. This is the worst thing like anyone can ever do while like building your first PC. You essentially have to like go through everything, make sure every part of the PC is working, like the motherboard, the graphics card and all that, and just bottom it down to like where the actual problem is and fix that problem. So yeah, I spent like a whole hour troubleshooting, like searching up online like what's the issue and stuff. And basically when I moved my PC, one of the cables kind of like came out of its spot. The PCIe cable that you connect to the power supply for the graphics card wasn't like incorrectly and it came out. So I had to put that in, and then that was basically the issue. Like my graphics card didn't have power, and that's how I fixed it. Spent a whole hour doing that. So for people trying to build their first PC, just make sure your cables are incorrectly, like push them in hard enough, not to like hurt, like break them, but like, you know, just try your best to have the cables in like all the way. So yeah, that's pretty much it for like all the problems I had for my PC. One tip I have is that like even in my video I did this. If you guys are planning on building your own PC, something really helpful that you could do is take a really good picture of your motherboard, bring that over to MS Paint or like Photoshop, and essentially just draw in every single wire that you're supposed to go, like that you're supposed to put on your motherboard. Here, like I'll just show you right now. So basically, just you take, like for example, I just took my motherboard, you put it in, I put it in Photoshop, and basically just draw lines where like certain things are supposed to go. Like for example, like the fan for like the back of the case is supposed to go over here, and then the other fan for in the front of the case is supposed to go here. You could color code it. So right here, like I'm using yellow, I could change the color. And for like the cables for the case that belong at the bottom, you could draw these. And yeah, so yeah, and then the HD cable goes here. Well, this is my specific case. It could be different for you guys, so like obviously like do your research if you're trying to build your first PC. And yeah, so pretty much like doing this is really helpful. If you guys are going to build your first PC, like please do this. It saves a lot of time, so you don't have to search it up manually for every single cable. And then you have the cables for the power supply. Like here, this is where the graphics card is supposed to be. And then have the PCIe cable that's supposed to go to the power supply, and the CPU cable for the power supply. And then the 24 pin right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, like, do this for your power supply as well. I didn't do this for my power supply, and I actually got help from someone. So basically, like, just know which specific cable is supposed to go where. And also know which ends of the cables are supposed to go where. So, like, for example, like, I had an issue with my power supply. Like, for the PCIe cable, like, and the CPU cable for power, like, they had two ends. I didn't know which end had to go inside my power supply and which end had to go inside my like actual like PC, like the graphics card and stuff. But for me, basically the cable that's for the CPU power, like on one end it says CPU and that's supposed to go into the motherboard. And then for the PCIe cable, there's one end that has PCIe written on it, and that's the end that's supposed to go inside your graphics card. At least for me, again, do your research, know where these cables are supposed to go, and map them out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that tip. Okay, so another huge issue I want to talk about is basically like compatibility. Basically, if you have a very vague like PC part, just know that like certain, like for example, in my case, I was trying to get my hands on a 3080. It didn't matter what 3080. As long as I had a 3080, I would be fine. But the issue with that is, on my PC part picker list, I put the 3080 Founders Edition. And from that, obviously, PC part picker list like suggests like certain cases and stuff for that specific card. So they only take that card into consideration for like every other part of the PC build. So in my case, I was recommended the Meshify C. And I really like the case, so I decided to like put it in with my build. But since I'm trying to get any 3080 I want, all the lengths for those GPUs aren't taken into consideration. So basically, I have a case that can't fit certain 3080s. And you see where I'm going with this. So basically, I was able to get a 3080 from Zotac, and the card doesn't fit in my case. Well, it could fit in my case if I move a fan, and that's what I did. So the front fan is moved from like the middle. I put it to the top, which isn't really good because the graphics card doesn't get cool air. I am planning on getting another fan soon, so don't worry about that. But basically what I'm trying to say is, if you guys have a very vague part of your PC part picker list, or just in general like a part that you don't care what it is, just keep in mind of compatibility. Because right now I'm here with a 3080 that fits in my case if my fan is changed to another position. And like if I knew that I had to do that, I would have bought in a different case that was bigger. So yeah, so again, if you have a 3080, if you want a 3080, or it could be for any card, but if you want a 3080 and you're trying to get hands on any 3080s, please put into consideration the length of that specific card. Like, make sure it could actually, like, whatever 3080 you get could actually fit in your case. And don't make the mistake I did where I just put the 3080 Founders Edition into my PC part picker build list and essentially, like, picked all my parts from there. It just sucks, man. Like, if I knew about this sooner, I would have, like, definitely got a better case that was bigger and could fit, like, most 3080s that came out. But anyways, hopefully I explained that well, and hope you guys did enjoy this video. Again, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I will be uploading more stuff, not really like PC wise, but like this is a gaming channel, so I will be uploading like a bunch more, like maybe montages or whatever. Put in the comments what you guys want to see in this channel. These PC videos that I'm making are like just like a one-time thing, since I did make a PC build, my first PC build video. And yeah, again, follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/trimsv. I stream a lot of games with this PC that I recently made or built. I stream a lot. Like, if you click the link below, like, I'll probably be live. Like, I don't know. Feel free to follow me. Again, I stream a lot. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's Trims, and I'm out. Peace.